Yeah, what's up? Welcome to episode number 10 of the Big Lou podcast. My name is Big Lou, and I'm an independent musician born and raised in St. Martin, tiny island, the Caribbean, but I'm currently based in London, Ontario. In August of 2019, at 28 years old, without any music experience, I decided to become a rapper. And since then, I've really had some really cool experiences. I've learned a lot of dope lessons along the way. And my goal is to bring Big Lou, the business, to be as big as possible. And on this podcast, I'll be sharing some of my stories of the journey, some of my insights into the music industry that I come across, lessons along the way, and whatever else I feel like discussing because, frankly, it's a podcast, you know what I'm saying. If you enjoy the show, be sure to subscribe and follow me on social media for more updates. Let's get into it. So these episodes are pretty raw. I don't do very much in terms of editing because I have the time to do all of that right now, or to pay anyone to do that. Anyway, that's the real struggle, and so this is just raw, whatever it is, however it comes out. Um, um, that's just another podcast creative decision that we're gonna go with. But yes, a couple of the different things that I want to say. First and foremost is Happy New Year. We're now January 3rd. This is the first podcast that I'm doing of the year, the 10th podcast of the Big Loop podcast. And now that I've got my setup good to go, I'll be able to pump these out a little bit faster, more impromptu, more intimate, just to kind of connect and keep the pulse in and almost have like a video journal myself, if you will. But I plan to do this throughout the rest of my career. See how things go, of course. But similar to Alex Hormozy, how he documents everything, and he shares the insights and lessons, and tidbits and tricks, and just general information to be a better person slash business person. Be doing the same thing, but obviously in the realm of music. Uh, that said, I do dabble in things outside of music. I will continue to do so as my career builds. Music is a vector um, and a vehicle, and it's so much fun. Um, and it allows me to walk through doors that I wouldn't normally gain access to. So hopefully you can take some of that wisdom away, whether it's you or you draw inspiration for other elements of your life. But here we're going at it full force, no bars, held back, seeing what we could turn into 2026 into. And of course, anyway, I have been sick the first couple of days of the year and the last couple of days. Nephews, my got twin boys, 4 and 3/4. That young, kind of do. But I went to go visit them, and I caught this virus that they had, so that knocked me out for just under a week. And I didn't want to get my germs into this microphone because, for those of you that may or may not know, this is a new microphone, and I invested the amount. Um, I didn't want to get germs that just lived in it. So I waited a couple of days before I pulled this out. This is the first time that I'm pulling it out for the year, though. So we're documenting this in itself as history. Um, but outside of that, I still had to get myself up and perform on New Year's Eve. That was a really cool experience. It was with the Simple Reflections community. Um, Simple Reflections core crew, uh, uh, and the Latin Power Band. They were invited to perform for the New Year Eve celebration at Victoria Park. Now they didn't have as many people as expected, various reasons. So cold that didn't help the situation, and there was a fireworks show at 8 p.m., which the bulk of people were there for that, and then they bounced. I don't blame them by any. That said, I was still able to get out on stage there with the Latin Power Band, Kristen Renee, and Jay David and Mario, Jen and Pearl to perform the Forest City for the people. So I can check that off the bucket list. It was really cool. This is the largest outdoor free New Year Eve event in the region. Um, they they expect between 10 to 20,000 people a year. Last year, I think they had 8,500 people. This year, that was not far less, but that's besides the point. Still did it. We showed up. We had some fun. Um, and I was able to get home before. That said, I'm not even sure if I said Happy New Year to begin with. I think I was gonna say that at the beginning, but then I rambling on my own. Happy New Year, my crew. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this here. If you are here and you're watching this, just leave a comment. So I know you're here. Or stay in the shadows. That's cool too. You do however you. But yeah, so that was one of the things I wanted to talk about at Vic Park with shout out or City Mario behind there. Thank you having us on board. Um, Something else that I'm excited about is that I booked a trip to Atlanta, February 12th to the 17th. I'll be in Atlanta. My aunt is actually there crashing their party, which is really wild. They opened their door to me. I'm super grateful for that. Her friend is actually also from St. Martin, which is dope. So I'm gonna be there for 4 nights, and we're gonna go to a Bow Wow concert, which is really wild. Little Bow Wow, guys, I hip hop artist that I used to John Paul, not just hip hop artist. Uh, so that'll be a fun time, and then I also plan to go to a couple of different open mics or showcases, um, to perform myself, connect with other local artists. I want to go to a couple of historical museums and landmarks. Take that in. Martin Luther King is out there. A lot of history, rich history in that region. So I want to take that in. And then there's a couple of cool diners and food and soul food that I want to consume. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really taking in the culture, meeting people, learning a little bit more and applying it to my own artistry, perhaps collaborating. See how that goes. I'm gonna reach out to people actually ahead of time and some research to if there's anyone that we could probably vibe with, and then anything happens ahead of time. So stay tuned. I'll be sharing more on that as it unfolds. But my next step now is to chat with my aunt a little bit further, see what things that she wants to do as well, so we can lock it all in, build up some kind of plan. In Atlanta, I'll do an episode out there as well too. And then the last thing that I want to talk about this episode that I've been working on building out a CD funnel on my website, and I am happy to say that I've got it all set up, good to go. I can expand on it a little bit further. For those of you that don't know what a funnel is, it's essentially any kind of shopping experience that you go through. If you're online or in person, like even if you're in a store or grocery store, how the aisles are set up, there's a lot of psychology behind it. They put certain items in specific locations, and then you finish in the aisles, and then you go towards cash registers, and then there's snacks and the treats all there, really easily accessible. All of that's the shopping funnel, until you finally get to the checkout and you pay. But what I'm doing here is a CD funnel, and it's digital, so you go online and it offers you CD, and then along the way there are different things that you can purchase. I haven't thrown in so many different things yet. Literally just one is the CD itself. The fan, whoever wants to buy the CD has to pay for shipping and handling. Um, and then uh, and then it's a free CD ultimately, and then I'll ship it off to you. If you're in London, though, I'll deliver it to you, which would be kind of cool. Um, and then there's a option for some people if they want, they can get an autographed CD, and that's 9. So that's where I would be making a little bit of a profit there, which is really cool. And then how I can manipulate the funnel is by like adding a next step or a next page where I'm like trying to sell you a ticket to an event or a piece of clothing through merchandise or another piece of merchandise or a different kind of experience or whatever the case. And it's all there. The person is already in that like buying mentality because they've already pulled out their credit card or however they're paying. So it's a way to capture the person's information, make the sale, add additional items to the sale if they want. Like you're going to an ice cream store, you buy vanilla ice cream, but you want chocolate chips and you want sprinkles and you want gummy bears on top of the ice cream as well. Those are all additional upsells. You can also do that as a musician. So I'll be doing that throughout more and more. But the funnel for the CD is the first time I'm kind of doing this in terms of mailing things out. I'm very excited about that. I've tried funnels in the past with varying success, but I think this one's simple, nice, and I'm testing it out with my newsletter tomorrow, or I should say on Sunday. Probably release this episode on Sunday. Um, so it'd be the 4th. And I'm gonna see if people bite, if it works, and if it does, then I'm gonna start putting content out on my social media, driving traffic to the funnel as well to see if I can get more people um bought into the Big Lou crew, and more people getting these CDs. And if that's the case, then I can first and foremost get more CDs going so I can sell them. Like I can get more of these going so I can sell them and get them out there. Forget what the second point was. I was just very excited about showing you the CD. I didn't realize I had it next to me. Oh, and then I can get more out there, and then I can also add more elements to the funnel slash create other funnels to help me grow my business ultimately. So that's everything that I want to chat with you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. If you're here still at the end, I do appreciate your time, your energy. You can go just a little bit further and share this with a musician friend of yours. It'll help me grow. I'm really trying to hit 500 subscribers and start selling my merch directly on YouTube. So every subscribe helps, every share helps. Is all of these small micro profits generate a big. Anyway, let me close out this thing. Before we leave, make sure to hit that like button. I just said that and it's gonna be awkward. I do have new episodes coming at you whenever I feel like it, and I do feel like it more so. In my last episode I mentioned some of the things I'll be talking about. So if you're interested in that, check that out. But I'll be hitting you guys a little bit more. And thank you so much for being here. And until next time, keep creating those opportunities. My name is Big Lou. This is the Big Lou Podcast. We out. Ciao. Out now.